Here's a tutorial on how you will complete this brace map. So this is already on Google Classroom. You will notice that it's composed of your thesis and your 3 reasons, third one is optional, along with your examples. So this is going to help you plan for your essay so when you start writing, you're not starting from nowhere. So the first thing you want to do is put in your thesis that was approved by me from yesterday here. The thesis that I had picked yesterday, and I'm going to shorten it a bit. So high schools should ensure ninth graders are successful by, and we all had the same sentence starter, by paying students for their grades because this would motivate them and teach them how to manage money. So there you go. And I know the format is a little off, but as long as you have your thesis in there. So here you have reason number 1. It would motivate them. And I'm actually just going to color code that. So we have reason number 1 there. And this is obviously going to be reason number 1 up here. And then teach them how to manage money. That's reason number 2. So this is what's going to go, and then I'm going to copy, and I'm going to put it over here. This would motivate them, and then I have my reason number 2. Once you've done that, you're going to think of examples. Examples can be, if you recall from the prompt, from the article or personal experiences and observations. So I cannot use the article here because this topic was not in the article. This is just an example. But I'm going to think of an example for this. It could be from my research on Friday. And in fact, there was a really good quote about that. So I'm going to go pull that. I took this directly from my research from Friday. You always want to cite the source when you are using an article or some other source. So this is an example of how to start. According to the article, you'll insert the title here by and then the author. It states, and then you want to have the quote. So Reese says, students she has spoken with directly seem enthusiastic about capital gains. So this is an example of something from an article. But remember, it doesn't have to be from the article. It can also be from your own personal experience. So I'm going to do one like that for this second example. This is the example that I chose. This is based on personal experience. So I'm trying to prove that paying students for their grades would teach them how to manage money. So an example I provided was, I didn't have my first job until I was 21 in college, and I could have learned money management earlier if my school had paid me for grades. This would be a great thing to start exploring more, perhaps talking about how money management would have helped me from freshman year, or perhaps how I could have started saving money. And that's really what your examples should be. They should be directly supporting your reasons and ultimately proving that your method, my example was paying students for grades, is the best one. So spend the rest of the period completing this. Make sure your examples are valid, and then make sure you submit by the end of the period.